I'm a mom, I'm a wife, I'm a businesswoman, I'm an entrepreneur, I'm a friend, I'm a lover, I'm all these other things. So, when you're put into a box, it's just, I like to tell my own story, and I hope everyone does the same too.
Okay, great. Well, congratulations on the book, on Selling Sunset, on the baby. You have so much to be excited about and thankful for. So why was this the perfect time to write this book?
It was the perfect time to write this book because, actually, I started so long ago. People don't realize that. I came up with the concept around season 2 of Selling Sunset. Season 1 came out, and the number one DM and message and things people were asking me wasn't about fashion or hair or beauty. It was actually about confidence. And that's where the idea really came from. And so that's what got me so excited to write the book. It's been, just doing the book in and out of itself has been over a 2-year process, but there was years leading up to that, and I actually got turned down by publishers. And so it was quite a process, but I was just so excited because people were asking me for advice, and I'm a Libra, so that's what I'm known for. Like, I love giving advice to people, and I love just empowering people. So it was the perfect time to write this book.
I love it. And How to Be a Boss Bitch. Is it true that Khloe Kardashian did give you the title for this book?
She's been my inspiration for everything. I absolutely love her. I adore her. And she was actually the first person that I told I was pregnant, other than my husband and my close friends. But she was so helpful, and she gave me great advice, and I'm forever grateful for her. And she's just my inspiration for everything.
I love that you guys are like close friends. I love that so much. I don't think a lot of people realize that. I mean, how have you, like you said, you told her about your pregnancy, but how have you both been there for each other, and how close is this friendship?
Well, I'll be honest, I've never met her in person. We have like this catfish love affair, I guess. But, we talk over, DM, and we have mutual friends. And so I feel like I know her in the same way, but she's always just so sweet and comments on my photos. And she's just, it's nice to find women who support other women. And she's definitely one of those amongst, so many others that I write about in my book. Simone Biles being one of them, Mindy Kaling being one of them, Lily Galici, so many just powerful women that have, inspired me to write this book. And I love them.
I love that so much. Are there any misconceptions about yourself that you wanted to clear up with this book?
Yeah, I would say the misconception, is that I'm just this, one note person. And I really think, when you watch the show, you have to understand, we're following so many characters and so many different people. So we can only show, a certain amount, but there is different sides to me. I'm, in addition to being funny and maybe a loudmouth, I also have a vulnerable side, and, I'm just like everyone else, I'm a human and I have a heart, and things do hurt me. And even the relationships with the girls, I wish we could all be friends, but it is what it is. And just that, what you see on television is only just a small snippet of my life and what I put in, the work behind the scenes and everything that, took me here. So I hope that people read the book and understand where I'm coming from.
Yeah. What was the most difficult thing for you to write about?
The most difficult thing for me to write about was definitely probably growing up, my childhood, my education, which I don't want to give you too many spoilers, but that was something that I was really always self-conscious of. And throughout the book, I learned to, embrace it. And I was at a really difficult time in my life where, in order to get experience for jobs, I needed to have pre-existing experience. And we live in this world where, resumes are so important to everyone. And how are you supposed to get experience in any field if people won't give you a chance to get that experience? So it's almost a catch-22. And in my book, I talk about, how you can do things to think outside of the box and get in front of people and be seen. And that's really what I did, is I consistently, didn't take no for an answer and found ways to get creative, even with someone that didn't want to hire me. I showed up to their office one day and I waited for hours and hours and hours and hours and hours until I got in front of that person. So it's just all about being creative and learning that you can live the life that you deserve.
Definitely. No, persistency is key.
Absolutely.
You talk about your relationship with Christian, and you also talk about, being a first-time mom. I love that you wrote that you didn't sleep with Christian for 3 months in the beginning of your relationship.
Yeah, absolutely.
And why did you do that? And do you recommend that for other women?
I absolutely do, because I think, you don't want to give them, you don't want to give all, you don't want to put yourself on the line. You want someone who's interested in you emotionally first. And I think that's the most important thing. And don't get me wrong, we've all had fun. We've all had one night stands. I'm not saying I'm a saint by any means, but the difference is when it came, time to settle down, it was really important to make sure that the person that I was going on a date with was in it for the long haul and was in it for the right reasons. So I took that really seriously. And he even told me, he's like, it drove me crazy that you did that, but I wanted to make sure he was serious and got to know me as a person. So I recommend it, for women for sure. I didn't even kiss him on the first date. I was like, okay, thanks for the lobster. Bye.
I love it. I thought this was crazy. You were back filming 1 week after giving birth, and this wasn't just any birth. This was a traumatic birth experience where you almost died. I mean, why did you not give yourself more time? Did you feel pressure to kind of return to the show? Did you feel, because that's quick.
Yeah, I'll be honest with you. There was definitely pressure to return to the show. At the end of the day, I was pressured to come back, but, I didn't do anything that didn't make me feel uncomfortable. I felt that by, getting myself out there and up walking, it was actually making me feel better. So that was a choice that I made to kind of heal my body, because I couldn't just sit in bed all day. That wasn't healing. So I needed to be up and walking and around people. So that's a choice that I made. But was there pressure behind it? Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
Did you feel like sometimes maybe your postpartum depression could have contributed from going back to work so quickly, or just kind of the overwhelming feeling of being a first-time mom?
Well, I think the overwhelming feeling of being a first-time mom is definitely something, that no one is capable and prepared for. But the pressure of, going back to film, and then I was thrown into a lion's den, which was the season finale of season 4. So, I really was hoping people would be kind and be able to, show some respect. I understand, it is a show and they want to amp up the drama, but that was not the time to do it. And so when you're seeing me in a gold dress, walk into the season finale of episode 4, people don't understand. I had a baby literally a week before that. So when all these women are piling on, their own issues, it just, the time and place wasn't right. And that definitely amplified it. And I think, sure, if I wasn't on television and having to deal with all those emotional things on camera in front of the whole entire world, it would have been different. But it was definitely intensified because of that.
Definitely. How is baby Christian? How has it changed you? And, do you want to have another child in the future?
Yeah, absolutely. I do want to have another child in the future. And it's been the most amazing thing being a mom. He's almost 1 year on the 15th. So I'm so excited about that. His birthday's coming up, and it's so great, to watch him grow and, learn and pick up all these traits, these personality traits that I'm just like, where did you get that from? I see so much of mom, but then I see so much of dad. And it's just this wonderful experience that I can't even fathom, it's so nice to be able to see him grow.
Definitely. You and I have my little guy turns 1 on June 4th. So they're so close to age. So I love that.
It. Congratulations.
Thank you. I know it goes by so fast, and
it does. It really does.
It's crazy. And then on top of you looking absolutely amazing during your pregnancy, absolutely amazing on the bounce back. I mean, you had to deal with these rumors that you were faking your pregnancy too. I mean, what did that kind of do to your mental health? I mean, that had to be really difficult for you, I would imagine.
It was extremely difficult because I think being a mother is something that, is a really sacred, special thing. It's not easy to get pregnant. People have a lot of issues and complications and things. And so, and I had a very complicated case. So for, people to say that because of the editing on the show, it was really hurtful to see. I did a yoga scene, which was actually when I was pregnant, but it was obviously only shot from here up and they only showed me from behind. So in the show, you're seeing, me have a baby, and then the next episode I'm upside down on my head. So that's really what sparked everything, was the misconception of the editing timeline. And, I really put that on the producers, and it was really irresponsible. It was really irresponsible for them to do that, because it put me in a really horrible, horrible, dark place. Really?
Yeah, during your pregnancy or even afterwards too, I guess, because then it aired afterwards too, right?
Just even afterwards. I think anyone, it's just really hard. Imagine being a mother and people saying, no, that didn't happen. And, I can't go out there and explain to each and every individual person. They just won't understand. But, it is what it is. They had their storylines and they wanted to bring Davina back when they wanted to bring her back. So I understand that. But yeah, it was absolutely hard to go through all that. And yeah.
Yeah. You said that the show kind of put you in a mom box. What do you mean by that?
Well, I had a lot of real estate going on at the time, and I had a lot of legitimate work, but they didn't want to show my listings. They wanted to show me, hey, why don't you bring the baby into the office? Hey, why don't you do a baby scene with Chelsea? And I was excited to do all that. Don't get me wrong, but I feel like I don't want to be in a mom box. Like I do it all. And us as women, we do it all. And I felt that was a very, misogynistic perception. And I didn't enjoy that. Like I want people to see that, yes, I am a mom, but also I have these listings. I'm doing real estate and I'm crushing it. I'm working on my own company, while I was filming the show, which is Real Open. And so I feel like, it was just, people don't see the whole picture.
Yeah, no, that is frustrating. I'm sure it is, because you're working so hard on so many other things, and you don't want to just be defined as a mom. I totally.
And I love being a mom, but I'm a mom, I'm a wife, I'm a businesswoman, I'm an entrepreneur, I'm a friend, I'm a lover, I'm all these other things. So, when you're put into a box, it's just, I like to tell my own story, and I hope everyone does the same too.
Yeah. In your story, in this book, you write that you actually got fired from the show and rehired. Right. Fired and rehired because you called out what was fake. So, was there stuff on this season that was fake that, I don't know if you can call that out.
Christina, have you seen the show? I absolutely did not bribe a client. I never, ever would. And if I was going to do it, it wouldn't be for $5,000. That's the price of a manicure for me. So bless their hearts for trying, but no, that absolutely did not happen.
Why? So why do you think that came up then? Is it why? So why? Why do you think that?
Yeah, because I've been working on realopen.com for a year and a half, my husband and I. So going into the show, I was so excited about it. And, I wanted a chance to promote what I was working on. And that was my understanding of what we were filming. So I'm talking with Chelsea and I said, I love working for the brokerage, but I think it's time for me to become my own broker and do my own thing. So that was my understanding of what we were going to be filming and what we were going to be doing. Unbeknownst to me, this storyline was going on in the background. And then you see a scene of, Jason at the office waiting for me. And I didn't even know that scene was going on. Oh, wow. I didn't even know that scene was going on. So I watched the show and I was shocked. I was completely shocked. And it is what it is. I understand that sometimes, we have to get creative, but not at the extent of accusing someone of a criminal tort. Yeah. That's where the line is drawn.
Right. Have you spoken to Jason since?
I have spoken to Jason, yeah. And we're in a really good place. Mm-hmm. We're in a really good place. And he just says, I just was going off the information that I was given. Mm-hmm. And I said, well, I wish you would have called me. I wish you would have told me, that you were doing this, and I would have talked anything through with you and answered any questions for you. Right.
So you are officially no longer at the Oppenheim group, correct?
Correct. I terminated my contract and I am officially at realopen.com.
Yeah. How do you feel about that? Was it was it a hard decision at all? Or I know that right. I was gonna say, like, this was probably really easy.
No, it was, it was not a hard decision because I was in an environment, I was in an environment where people weren't supportive of my goals, and my goals were, I saw a trend change in the future and I needed to meet that trend, and I needed to be ahead of the curve. And, that's why I had to start my business. I saw a hole in the market where buyers and sellers were coming to me and saying, hi, I have all this cryptocurrency and I need to be able to do a transaction. So, which is why I had to start my own thing. And I'm so glad that I did. Mm-hmm. And right now I have $60 million in listings in the pipeline in the first week of opening. So it worked out really good. And I'm so happy I did it.
Good. Congratulations. That's absolutely incredible. That really is. I mean, do you regret doing the show? I mean, obviously, like it's opened up so many doors for you, but it's also closed some relationships. And, like you said, it kind of painted you in a light that you weren't expecting. I mean, so do you ever regret doing it?
I never regret doing the show. I never do, because, I believe that God doesn't give you a situation that you can't handle. And I learned so many lessons along the way that made me, who I am today because of it. A stronger person, better, in business. All these great things came from it. And it opened me up to, a whole world of people who are asking me for advice, who I want to help, I want to work with. So no, I definitely don't regret doing the show at all. And I love being a part of the show. And I do love being on television. It's my favorite thing in the whole entire world. It really, really is. But this came purely from a business decision of me seeing the market, seeing trends change. And, I think the thing that people don't understand is cryptocurrency has a $2 trillion market cap, and there is more money in circulation in cryptocurrency than there is in US dollar. So I just had to do what I had to do for my business. Yeah. And, but no, I love the show and I love being on television. I just had to start my own thing.
No, it totally makes sense. I mean, you said season 4 and season 5 was a labor of love for you, and that you were trying, you were showing a different side of yourself. Were you disappointed that the women weren't accepting your apologies, or do you understand why?
It was, at the end of the day, I'll be honest with you. I give someone an apology and, they don't take it. They don't want to hear my side. And you have to understand, I don't hang out with these women outside of the show. I hadn't seen Mary in over a year until we filmed the next season, and all these other women, so it's like a year goes by and I don't talk to these women, and I just would have hoped that they would have moved past, silly, trivial things, but they didn't. So it's unfortunate, but I can't, come crawling back like a dog and say, hey, will you be friends with me? Like, if you're not, like part of my tribe, that's okay. And I don't have to be part of your tribe, but I will still respect everything that you do. I will still rally you up, be on your side, but we don't have to be best friends, and that's okay. And that's kind of where I'm at right now.
Yeah. Do you still think Chrishell got the better listings because she was sleeping with Jason?
No, I think she worked really hard. I do. Yeah. I do.
Yeah. Have you spoken to her at all?
No, I don't speak to anyone except for Chelsea, Vanessa. Those girls are absolute sweethearts. They're angels. Maya, she just texted me this morning. Those are my girls, those are my 3 girls, and I love them. Yeah.
Is there a relationship that you would really like to repair if you could? Because I know that you and Heather were, this season, tried to have a conversation. You guys were friends in the past. I mean, is that a relationship that you would want to repair in the future?
Heather is one that I would definitely want to repair. And, I have so much love for her. I have so much love. I really, really do. And Heather, I would love to be friends with again. And even Mary, we go way back. And I see all this, rekindling and happening, but I feel like we all just needed time to take a breath and realize, where we are in our lives as individuals. And then hopefully that can, come back in the universe. We can come back together and have a clean slate. Like that would be my dream.
Mm-hmm. Did you think Jason and Chrishell were going to be endgame?
Oh, Christina, I love you so much. Oh, Lord.
Can I ask you, is that really, was that?
That was a funny question. I don't even know how to answer that.
Was that relationship real?
I really do believe that, I think that Jason was head over heels for her. I really do. I mean, from what I saw a different side of Jason. I really did. I saw someone who was, I only saw them together twice. Once at my broker's open event in season 5, and then once, I believe, in The Office. Mm-hmm. But I mean, Jason just looked like so smitten, and he was happy, and the way he was like holding my baby, and he was like, oh my gosh, I want one. I did see a different side of Jason. I really did.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Were you disappointed that they broke up?
No, because I know Jason can do better. I said he always had good taste in women. I said, so recently,
So tell me what happened with the reunion. They filmed the reunion, you got COVID. Why did you decide not to kind of, do a webcam in?
I wasn't feeling well. I wasn't feeling well at all. And I was in bed until 4:00. I wasn't feeling well at all. I know that Amanda was able to call in, and God bless her, but I wasn't even in that headspace at all. I was sleeping and just felt horrible. So, but thank God I'm vaccinated, and I got over it really quickly.
Were you disappointed that you weren't able to go to the reunion? Because I spoke to Heather and Tarek yesterday, and Heather said, there were some things that she really wanted to clear up, and now she feels like not going to be able to. So, I mean, did you feel like that as well?
No, because I feel like I have a telephone. Mm-hmm. I have a telephone. I don't have regrets about not going because I wasn't feeling well. I wouldn't put myself in a place to have a conversation with someone if I wasn't up to it. And, but she has my phone number. She can call me anytime, and I'll do the same to her. I would love to reach out and call her. I would love that. Yeah.
Was it almost a relief in a way? Because did it feel like going into that reunion, did you ever have any anxiety being like, everybody is going to kind of pile on me?
Actually, no, I didn't have that going in. I felt really confident. I was excited. I came with receipts. I was excited. I came with receipts. I was excited. So yeah, but in a weird way, I guess everything happens for a reason. But it would have been nice. It would have been nice to maybe talk through some things. However, I have a cell phone, and I would love to call Heather. Absolutely. I would love to call Heather.
What did you have receipts on?
Well, I guess you'll have to wait and see.
Are you going to be kind of releasing, saying your side?
I will definitely be eventually sharing my side. Yes.
I can't wait to see.
Yeah.
If there is a season 6, which I'm sure there is, are you going to be back?
I absolutely. I love the show. The show is my number one. Everyone knows that, but we just have to get creative now because I don't work for the Oppenheim group. I'm just being transparent. I don't. I work for my own company, and that's realopen.com. So we just have to, get creative, and maybe it's a battle of the brokerages. I would love to see that because I want Chelsea on my side. I want Vanessa on my team, so I think it could be a really interesting dynamic. So we're kind of figuring out in the process, and I'm not going anywhere. I'll always be on television. I'm not going anywhere. It's just let's have fun with this now.
Yeah. At the reunion, Jason does say that there's not a place for you at the office right now. Was that before or after you gave your resignation?
Oh, they knew I was working on this company while we were filming, all of 5. So everyone knew I was working on this. And so that was my understanding, is that that's what the storyline we were going to follow. So of course there's not a place at the office because I had made it clear I was working on my own brokerage. So that came from me, and the determination that came from me because, I had to pull my license there to hang my license at my own place.
Definitely. Would you ever in the future, because would you ever do a Real Housewives of Beverly Hills?
Oh my God, are you kidding me? Yes. Yes. Like, first of all, I'm obsessed with all reality TV. I'm a huge fan of Andy Cohen. I'm a huge fan. I watch all of the Housewives shows, but I love reality TV in general. My favorite show in the whole entire world is the new Hulu, Keeping Up with the Kardashians. I love reality TV. I breathe it. I was meant for it. I thrive in it. I love it.
Oh my God, you would be so great on Beverly Hills.
I would love that. I feel like, and Garcelle and I are already friends. So yeah, that would be fun. I mean,
have there been talks about it at all?
Oh, no one's ever approached me for it, but everyone's always said like, oh, you'd be so great on this show. You'd be great on this show. But no one's ever approached me.
Andy Cohen, get on the call right now.